All right, our next talk is the Arctos Specimen Standard by Aren Gunderson from the University of Alaska Museum.
Okay, I am the Mammal Collection Manager at the University of Alaska Museum again. For those of you who were not here for the whale talk, this is making the case again for collections, but this story requires an attention span greater than most. But once you've grabbed your audience's attention with rotting whales, you can introduce them to what we do once a specimen is cataloged, and the ability of our data to flesh out a story. And we use Arctos. So some of you will be familiar with this. Every specimen in Arctos gets its own web page, and it's a very useful tool for showing a tour or agency folks unfamiliar with databases and museum records. Everything on one page that we can track and everything we record. It's usually fairly well received. I use it to show my boss's boss what we do, because once you're 2 steps removed from the collection, oftentimes they don't fully understand. So with Arctos, I'm going to walk through this and yes. So zooming in, there's various categories of data assembled on a page like this. Up top is the basics, date and place, and then species. Of course, this is nothing special. It's a marmot. Well, marmots are special, but there isn't any, this is one of 1,000 marmots we have in the collection, just like one of 1,000 shrews or mosquitoes or whatever it is you have. So this illustrates the bulk of the research collection rather than some flashy individual. And you can see here what I really want to point out. Kyle mentioned at the GBIF talk, we have a box there called citations, and then media below that. So Arctos can track publications resulting from specimen use, and we can upload those documents actually, and you could actually click on one of those little icons there and get the PDF of that publication that cites that specimen. So this specimen has been cited in 3 papers, and it also has images. You can see below there. Anytime someone takes a picture of your specimens, don't let them leave the building without giving them to you, and then you can archive them for perpetuity with the specimen. We don't need to go look at the skull to see that it's intact. We don't need to look at the skin in the cabinet to see that it's a wild type and there's nothing, it's not an albino or anything unusual. And then of course researchers can see this from all over the world. So they can know what we have, what it looks like, and be fully informed before they request a loan or bother me with, go look at this and see if it's in the collection and it has its incisors intact or whatever it is. Of course, there's the map there of the specimen. Everything is georeferenced and spelled correctly, and we have all of that going. And then over on this side, the other side of the record here, we have other bits of data that we track. Identifiers include GenBank links to GenBank records. So this specimen has been sequenced for various bits of DNA, and it has GenBank records listed there. You can click on those links and see the publications and analyses done, what sequences they are, and then a researcher doesn't even need to contact us and ask us for tissue if they can already download the sequence data online. And then of course there's the Park Service catalog numbers, which the Park Service is happy to see, and even hot links there for the GBIF record, the IDIG biooccurrence. We could probably add more, maybe VertNet or anything else there as well. List of parts, sex attributes, and then there's this thing on the bottom that shows usage, and that links to projects which stem from loans or accessions. So that you can see it says contributed by the Park Service, contributed by my master's thesis, phylogenetics, or actually a PhD thesis that resulted after my master's. Phylogenetics of hoary marmots, and you can track the use that resulted after the initial collections project is done. And then, of course, if you have all of this for all of your specimens, you can query it, download citation stats, and tell NSF that we did all of this on all of these specimens, and we can track it. So that's that. Thank you.